Well, yeah, that's a pretty good answer, I'd say.
I try.
So, you mentioned in your introduction, I believe, that you are a staff member on the Discord server and podcast for the Actors Network.
Yes, that's
do you want
correct.
to tell us a bit about that?
Yeah. I got involved with a Discord community called the Actors Network, I want to say 7 to 8 months ago. And I came in at a very lucky time because they had just broken about 350 members or so. Since my time there, we have grown into over... Actually, I can check real quick. We are now sitting at 1,415 members for the Actors Network. So in
That's very fast growth for any Discord server.
Oh, incredible. Like, we would be considered a rather large server at this point. I just became active in it, just joined in the activities that they had, such as the open mic night, the karaoke nights, game nights. We have recently started doing Q&As with industry professionals.
Are you one of them?
I am considered a verified professional since I am actively pursuing voice acting and live acting. Even though I might not be as experienced as some of them on there, there's plenty of people who don't necessarily have the knowledge that I do.
You have experience.
Yeah, the knowledge that I do starting from the very rock bottom, with just a crappy mic and a laptop. So,
yeah, basically me right now.
You'll get there. I know you will.
Thank you. But so you are a co-host on the podcast, correct?
Yes, I am.
Was that a situation that happened when the podcast started? Newer development? What got you involved with that podcast?
It really just started from just interacting with the leadership of the server, listening to the episodes that they've already had. They were about 1 to 2 episodes in when I first learned that they had a podcast, and I listened to them on my way home from work, and I had several ideas on how to make the podcast better, more interesting and interactive and engaging.
Yeah.
And I just talked to the leadership and said, here's my suggestions from the peanut gallery, take them or leave them. I really enjoy it. I think you do have something here. And just conversations kept on happening. They saw some of the voice work that I've done already, and I even used some of the lines that I had on your comic dub.
Great.
As an example. And they said, well, heck, we'd love to have you a part of the team if you would like to. And I responded immediately with a very emphatic yes, because it's only more practice for me.
Yeah, that sounds like a great way just to connect and not be afraid to talk to people and make connections. So, I would highly recommend the Actors Network. You can actually find a link to it in the kind of the hub of links for the Not an Actor podcast. It's one of our acting resources. But if you're not an actor yet, you can still join the Actors Network because it accepts directors, casting directors, producers, crew members of any sort, writers, filmmakers, models, streamers, gamers, and basically anyone. So I would recommend it. I'm pretty sure Cody can recommend it since you're a staff member there and all.
Well, I mean, what kind of staff member would I be if I didn't recommend the very community I worked with? But yeah, I can highly second what Kat said. We welcome anybody who has an interest in show business, and all ages too. We have people there from, the Discord terms of service minimum of 13 years old all the way up until, 45 to 50 years old. And we all it's just a melting pot of people who have different interests and things like that. And we all get a whole bunch of cool ideas from each other too. I've learned so much about voice acting from visual artists, from directors of photography.
Yeah, it's a pretty good resource and network to have. But just one question before we move on from the Actors Network.
Yeah.
It does allow comic dubs, right?
Yes, we do allow comic dubs. We have specific channels where you can link your projects that you're doing to show them off, or if you have a casting call and you're looking for somebody to be on your project, we have paid and unpaid casting calls for voice and live acting. So all we ask is just to follow the rules of our server and post it according to the template that we have, and you're good to go.
Yeah, sounds great. So moving on, I know a lot of one of the common requirements you'll see on dubbing casting calls for not only comics but just a lot of things is the phrase "no background noise." So, do you have any advice just on equipment or audio editing, Audacity and things like that, on how to actually achieve that? Because that's a thing a lot of people actually struggle with.
Right. Background noise is something that you constantly fight whenever you're doing high fidelity recording that is, voiceover and stuff. And if you have little to zero money to play with, I would recommend just getting yourself a very small like a TV tray table or something like that, and set your microphone on the table inside your closet. Doesn't have to be a big closet that you can sit in, but you can just open your closet doors, make a little space in between your clothes for your microphone, set your microphone on the table, put your laptop on the ground or wherever you can reach it, and then take a big thick blanket and just hold it over your head as you're recording your lines. You'll look absolutely ridiculous while you're doing it.
Well, you're a voice actor, no one can see you.
Yeah, that's the great thing about it. You can look however you want, and nobody knows you're a voice on screen.
Exactly.
And as a matter of fact, that's where I do record. I do record in the closet in my house because it's the best space for me to record. As far as post-processing with your software, I'll use Audacity because that's what a lot of comic dubbers use. You can set up a noise gate using the Audacity tools. It's a little bit technical and would take me way too long to explain it here.
Yeah, you can there's tutorials and things.
Yeah, just look it up on YouTube. It's not as complicated as it sounds. Just follow the step-by-step instructions.
I figured it out, okay. So it'll be fine.
And then also you can use some of the effects on Audacity called noise reduction. And all you do is you just select a piece of audio where you don't have a waveform, where you're not recording your voice or anything, just the microphone's on, just recording. You select that, you get your you get your audio profile, and then you select whatever you want to subdue the background noise in, and it'll mitigate that. It won't take it completely away.
It'll do a good job from what I've learned. Basically, the only thing I know you kind of have to do is make sure the microphone for the silent kind of white noise audio is in the same kind of places where you actually recorded the voice. Otherwise, you might get two completely different noise profiles.
Exactly.
They might not do a very good job. I know you don't need very good equipment to even get started, but I feel like someone might ask if I don't ask you. So what's the equipment you use?
Personally, right now, I have a budget set up. I do have a plan to get a more high-tech setup in the future. Right now, I am using a Blue Yeti Pro USB mic. And the great thing about a USB mic, it's just plug and play. You don't have to set up an audio interface. You don't have to deal with XLR cables, phantom power, or anything like that.
Yeah, those are intimidating.
Yeah, they are intimidating, but really, if you like pushing buttons and twisting knobs, that's your dream right there, because you get to play with knobs and buttons until it starts sounding good. But
yeah,
I use the Blue Yeti Studio Pro, and it came with its own recording software. However, I elected not to use that software because it particularly was set up for musicians and not voice actors. So, again, that's just my personal choice. If you want to record on the software that your microphone comes with, go ahead, be my guest. And I also use another recording program other than Audacity called Reaper. It is a really, really powerful digital audio workstation. It gives you full control over everything that you record. And it can also edit videos too.
Oh.
So and it is free to download and try out for as long as you need to understand how it works and really decide if that's a program for you. And for just a personal use copy of Reaper, it's only $60 American dollars, so it's probably one of the most affordable ones out there.
And just checking, that's only 43 pounds if you're in the UK, which pretty good.
Yeah,
I paid that for my art software.
Yeah, for the price of a fully priced video game, you can get a program that you can use to create so much stuff that might end up making you some good money.
Yeah, for the price of 2 copies of Red Dead Redemption 2.
That's a good way to put it.
Yep.
I love that. Oh, well. As far as the computer that I have, you don't necessarily have to have a really powerful computer to do audio. The one thing that you do definitely need, though, is a good amount of storage. I personally have 2 portable hard drives that I have completely filled within the span of 2 months, doing voiceover practice, sending out auditions, and sending out lines, because I save everything that I do. Eventually I might do some spring cleaning, but I filled up 4 terabytes just with audio alone, so you're gonna want some decent storage when you really start.
Oh yeah, I can say to that one, because my laptop, not the best. It was a hand-me-down. It has quite a lot of things on it, like Word documents, old homework, things like that. But I've done like 3 auditions on this thing. It is so slow because it just does not have a lot of storage. So like new computers and things like that, they always have like so much more storage. So you should be fine, but like just check.
Yeah. Yeah, like if you're
get an external hard drive or something.
Yeah, like you can go to your local tech store and pick one up for about $30, $20 for a mid-tier one, or you can even spend $20 on like a 50 gigabyte one just to get you started.